What's up, everybody? Justin with Run and Thrive. Week 4 training is complete for the 2024 Charlotte Marathon. Now on to week 5. It was a successful week 4. Ran a 10K on Saturday that went very well, and then finished that up with a 11-mile run on Sunday that went well. I wanted to talk today about one of the biggest changes that I made in my training for running the marathon. So back in 2013 or 14, roughly about 10 years ago, I used to run all the time. I ran a ton of races. I would run 3-4 races a weekend, 5Ks, 10Ks, sprinkle in a half marathon here and there. And so then I decided I was going to run the Air Force Marathon. So when I would run during the week for anything, I always went basically as hard as I could go. It was whatever my time was. I needed to improve my time. I needed to improve my time. I needed to improve my time. The training went okay. I had some bad hiccups here and there during the training. So we get to the marathon, and first half goes well, and then the second half I just blow up. There's all types of reasons for what happened on that race. Went out too fast at the beginning, all that good stuff. All the common mistakes that people make running their first marathon. Finished in 4 hours, 43 minutes, which was pretty defeating for me. So that ate at me for a long time. So health went up and down, got out of shape pretty bad. So about 10 years after that, so last year, I decided that I was going to go back and run a marathon. I was not going to accept the effort that I gave and what happened at that Air Force Marathon. It had been eating at me for 10 years. So I signed up for the Seven Bridges Marathon in Chattanooga. And I decided to start running and get back into shape. And so this time, being 10 years wiser, I decided that I was only not even gonna care about my time. I did wear a GPS watch, but only for tracking my mileage. I didn't even care what it was telling me on my times. I was just basically running on effort. And so that went really well. And so I decided that's how I was going to train from there on out, is just run at a nice, even, comfortable effort. I did not realize that what I was doing was heart rate training. I just was like, hey, I'm gonna do it by effort training. I started watching some running videos and found out, oh, that's something not original. That was people do is heart rate training. So I did that for the Seven Bridges Marathon in Chattanooga, and I ended up finishing that marathon in 4 hours and 24 minutes. So roughly a 20-minute improvement. So I have done that from there on out, for my Atlanta Marathon training, which I then finished in 3 hours and 49 minutes. And now I'm doing it for the 2024 Charlotte Marathon. So if you're not familiar with heart rate training or zone training or effort training, which is what I like to call it, you do 90 some odd percent of your runs at a zone 2, heart rate 2 effort. Now, if you have a watch or a wearable, that's the easiest way to tell, give or take, the watches aren't exactly accurate, but they're accurate enough for me to do it. So I have an Apple Watch, and you can set it up to notify you when you're in and out of the range that you want to keep. I've been doing it long enough that I don't even have that set up anymore. But if you don't have a wearable that can track your heart rate, the best way to know that you're in a zone 2 rate is that you can you can run and hold a conversation with somebody. So that's the easiest way to tell. So I do very, 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 very little training outside of zone 2 or heart rate 2. The 10K that I ran, I did that mostly in a zone 3 because I was trying to give maximum effort, or not maximum effort, but good solid effort. So during the marathon, my goal is to stay in that zone 2 to zone 3. I know from my past experiences that I will end up getting into a zone 4 and zone 5 at some point, and that's usually not because of speed, but that's just usually, due to being tired and the effort that you start giving. So I use the Apple Watch. I'm not very familiar with anybody else's wearables and how well they track heart rate. I know the Apple Watch initially sets your heart rate based on the health data that you've entered in. So like your age, your height, and your weight. And then it kind of learns from there and makes small adjustments based on, as you wear it, what it determines your resting heart rate is. I know that they're not exactly accurate. I know no wearable like that is, I believe, like a chest strap with a heart rate is probably the most accurate, but I don't have any experience with those, so can't really comment on that. So yeah, I would say that that's probably the biggest thing that has helped me go from a 443 to a 349, followed closely probably by nutrition, but that's a whole nother video. So yeah, it's going well so far. Week 5, my runs are going to consist of 3 miles on Tuesday, 6 miles on Wednesday, 3 miles on Thursday, I think 6 miles on Saturday, and then 12 miles on Sunday. So yeah, it's going well. Looking forward to the race in November. Hopefully the weather will be cooperative, but if not, just going to deal with it. And everybody, keep on rocking on.